What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the B&E Podcast presented by Premium. We're talking all things Week 7, kicked off on Thursday night. We'll get into that game as well. A lot of reunions, new faces, and new places, as well as a Super Bowl rematch this Sunday in San Francisco. What's going on, Ed? How you doing?
Doing all right, man. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Cool. All right, let's get into this opening drive, shall we? Saints wide receiver Rashid Shaheed will be out for the season with a knee injury. Packers have signed kicker Brandon McManus. Malik Neighbors is set to return to the field after clearing concussion protocol. The Titans have cut Jamal Adams after he asked to be released. The Browns are working on a plan to build a new dome stadium. They've been playing at their current facility since 1999. Mike Tomlin has yet to name a starting quarterback for Sunday's game, but George Pickens said it would be Russell Wilson against the Jets. And former quarterback Jay Cutler was arrested Thursday night after a crash in Tennessee. He was charged with DUI, possession of a handgun while under the influence, and other related offenses. Okay, Thursday night football last night. We had the Broncos beating the Saints 33-10. I forgot who was playing last night. I asked the coworker, "Yo, it's a game Thursday night, right?" He was like, "Yeah, it's the Broncos at the Saints." I was like, "Oh God." I had a feeling it would be a not a really good game, and that's what it turned out to be. Saints were starting Spencer Rattler again. Um, didn't do too well. He didn't catch anybody surprise, kind of like he did the Bucks in the first half. And I'm gonna be honest with you, around halftime, I went to go lay down. Then my eyes started getting heavier and heavier, and I closed my eyes. I woke up. It was a fourth quarter. I think the score was like 23-10, 26-10 again. And then my eyes getting heavier, heavier again. And I fell asleep. By the time I woke up, Amazon Prime has this like live music they do again.
Oh,
And
yeah.
forgot the artist name. I think his name is like Jelly Roll or something. Country artist is playing. I looked up the score. It was 33-10. Pretty much a blowout. Um, Saints didn't have a chance. They were without two of their wide receivers, Chris Olave, concussion. And as I mentioned earlier, Rashid Shaheed, he's done for the season with that knee injury. So I didn't really expect much from the Saints. Alvin Kamara, he didn't do anything. He had like 7 carries for 10 yards. And yeah, just not a good look for the Saints. I wouldn't be surprised if their head coach got fired by the season's end. They've lost 5 straight now. And the Broncos are 4-3. Bo Nix, uh, there was one low light where it was a rare overthrow and underthrow in the same play. He overthrew one receiver and underthrew another receiver who was like right behind the other receiver. It landed perfectly in the middle between them. I haven't really seen something like that since I've been watching football. But yeah, man, not too much for me on this game. Other than that, what did you think about this game?
Yes. Long night in their fan base. First, you have your Super Bowl winning head coach make his return to New Orleans. Apparently, there was a luncheon I heard about because Drew Brees got inducted into the Saints Hall of Fame, and Sean Payton showed up in there with his Broncos gear on. So that just made for a long day, and then you get destroyed by the Broncos late in the evening and Bo Nix. So, uh, very very tough day for Saints fans there in New Orleans. It seemed like I only caught a little bit of third quarter. I was coming home around this time when the game started, but when I turned it on, it seemed like every time Rattler dropped back in the pocket, he was having to elude defenders or being taken down for a sack. Finished with 6 sacks and 2 fumbles on the evening. His wide receivers didn't help him either. I saw a couple big drops that could have been first downs as well. So that doesn't obviously assist the issues with the offensive line last night. And Denver came in simply wanting to run the ball and run it down New Orleans' throats. They imposed their will from that aspect from the start. They finished with 225 on the ground. They was 6.5 4 yards per carry. Uh, Literally took the life out of the defense. I saw one play where they gave up, I think, like a 21 yard run, and all you saw Honey Badger, like he got up and like he clapped his hands in frustration because he knew that they was just getting bombarded all night long. But yeah, the Saints were pretty banged up heading into this one. That's why I went with the Broncos myself. Again, a sleeper game, like you mentioned, but yeah, good win for the Broncos. They're 4-3 with the rookie quarterback. Don't know how far they'll go, but uh, take a win when you can get it for sure.
Definitely. Let's get into an NFC North matchup. Potential game of the week: Lions at the Vikings. Um, I think this is going to be a good game. My thing is, whoever doesn't turn the ball over will win the game. Jared Goff has a tendency to do that, and we know the history of Sam Darnold. So, whoever one of those guys doesn't turn the ball over more, or whoever turns it over less, I should say, will win the game, in my opinion. I'm interested to see how the Vikings defense is going to look against the Lions, two-headed monster in the run game with David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. The Vikings, I think they might be getting Hawkinson back. Actually, it looks like he's still on injured reserve, so maybe he won't be back. And also, the Vikings, they'll be without one of their linebackers, Blake Cashman. So that means they're going to have Ivan Pace taking over the the play calling duties on the defense, because I think that was Blake Cashman doing that before. So I wonder how that's going to look with his replacement out there. But if going down to the game, I like the Lions a little bit more in this one. I know the Vikings have proven me wrong over and over again. They're coming off their bye week too, so they should be well prepared for this game. And I know the Lions are going to be without Aiden Hutchinson, who had that broken leg injury last week, and that's going to be a big impact on that defense. But I just like the Lions' run game. I think they're going to make it easier for Jared Goff, and Jamison Williamson has steadily been coming along. I think he's going to take some of that pressure off Amon-Ra St. Brown and that defense that Brian Flores is going to deploy out there. And there's always Sam Laporta too. So give me the Lions in the close one. What about you? How you feeling about this one?
One of the best defense. Of course, with Minnesota, I've been talking about them all year, and the high flying offense has been with the Lions for the past couple years. Big NFC North matchup. My X factors, I'm going with Sam Laporta and the newly acquired Cam Akers. Sam Laporta, he had one catch for, I think it was like 30 or 40 yards, something like that, against the
Touchdown.
Cowboys. It was a touchdown. Yeah, pretty much went untouched there. And Cam Akers, again, making his rejoining the Vikings team that already had Aaron Jones. I know Aaron Jones is questionable heading into this one. I think he missed a couple games, uh, and they ranked number 20 in offense, so they kind of needed to make this move right here. I'm expecting them to run the ball early and often, kind of be a welcome back treat for the fans. Kevin O'Connell, though, he hasn't been afraid to air it out with Sam Ghostman Darnold, so we'll see which way they go with that and how the stats finish up when it's all said and done. But yeah, you mentioned the Vikings coming off of Detroit coming off of bye week. So I'm sorry,
Detroit
Minnesota
Sunday.
coming off of bye week. My bad. Detroit played the Cowboys last week. I'm all confused. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions in this one. I know Minnesota's what 5-0 undefeated. Not exactly sold on them, especially with the quarterback situation going on. I do like Detroit to go in there and win this one at home. They are 2-0 on the road. I know again Minnesota's undefeated. They're 3-0 at home, obviously, but I give the Lions a slight edge in this one. We'll see how it goes though.
Yes, sir.
All right, everyone. This episode is brought to you by Premium. It's a CBD and wellness company. Check out their full line of CBD infused products, which make great stocking stuffers for the upcoming holiday season. Perfect for athletes, weekend warriors, soccer moms, and even armchair quarterbacks. They have CBD infused honey, which is a personal favorite, as well as tinctures and mint and regular flavor. Most importantly, they are veteran and woman owned, so come get some of this sweet temptation and taste the premium difference. Use code B&E for 15% off your order. Their website is www.premium.com. Again, that's PREHEMIUM.com. Now back to our show. Next chapter of a classic NFC East rivalry will take place Sunday afternoon when the Giants host the Eagles at MetLife. Ed, you know these teams pretty well. What should we expect in this one?
I'm not too sure what to expect, honestly. Division rivals going against each other. I'm leaning toward the Eagles, but you never know. The Eagles have been up and down lately. They are coming off a win against the Browns, and the Giants are coming off a loss against the Bengals. So they both played AFC uh, East teams, AFC North teams last week. So see how this one goes. I know Kayvon Thibodeau. is on the injury report or the injury reserve. But the Giants, they seem to still get pressure on the quarterback. They did last week against Joe Burrow. I think they're second in sacks right now, and the Eagles are, I think they're in the 20th ranked sacks. But I want to see if the Giants defense can contain Saquon Barkley. If they can do that, they have a good chance of winning, but I'm not sure they'll be able to do that. Eagles are going to be without Dallas Goddard. He'll be out of this game, so that's one weapon they won't have. But they do have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Maybe we'll hear a little noise from the former Commanders wide receiver too, Jahan Dotson. Haven't heard his name too much lately for the Eagles, but he's played against the Giants before. And I think he's got whooped by them when he was on the Commanders. So maybe we'll try to get some, revenge that way. But I like the Eagles in this one. The Giants are getting Malik Neighbors back. I want to see how he looks, if he'll match up with the rookie cornerback for the Eagles, Quinyon Mitchell, to see how that matchup goes, or if he'll be going up against Cooper DeJean. But I'm guessing probably have a Darius Slay on him. But yeah, I like the Eagles on this one, but I think it'll be a little closer than I would usually expect it. Eagles or the Giants defense will probably keep him in the game. Daniel Jones hopefully doesn't turn the ball over. They used him a little bit more in the run game last week. I think they'll continue to do that. Have him do some quarterback draws and design run plays as well. But I like the Eagles in this one. Both of these quarterbacks, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Jalen Hurts, don't turn the ball over, and y'all should be able to win this game. But division rivals, never know what happens. But give me the Eagles. What about you?
Yeah, the Giants have 26 sacks on the season. I was really surprised when I heard that. They're pretty much tops in the league when it comes to getting after the quarterback. Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, I think he's tied for third with 7 sacks. And of course, the unfortunate injury to Aiden Hutchinson, he'll probably move up a little bit higher on that list there. I think the game plan will be simple for the Giants defensively is to get after Jalen Hurts, that offensive line. They'll be without their left tackle, Jordan Malatala. I'm butchering that name. I know I am, but I know he's a big Pro Bowl guy. He's been solid on that line. He's kind of low key there, in my opinion, because you did have Jason Kelsey all them years, and then you had Lane Johnson as well. So those guys kind of took the credit, but that guys they're gonna miss him on Sunday for sure. But yeah, I think going back to New York, Eagles will probably try to give Saquon the ball. Obviously, running the ball and out of the backfield, make him feel, get his revenge against his team for letting him walk or, letting him go without giving him the contract over Daniel Jones. Philly, though, they need to get off to a fast start. They have not scored in the first quarter at all this season. I was shocked when I saw that stat. I do, though, think the Giants got a little bit of a shot in this one, not because I'm a low key fan, but again, because the Browns kept it close and the Browns are terrible. The Browns are worse than the Giants, in my opinion. Um, Daniel Jones, he has to protect the ball. We don't know if it'll happen. Sometimes, he's up and down. This is a 1 o'clock game, so he does tend to play a little bit better nose than prime time, but we'll see how it goes. Um, I'm still going to go with the Eagles, though, in this one. I'm not going to push the gun too fast and go with the Giants. I'm going with the Eagles on the road in the NFCs.
All right.
All right, turning our attention to Ravens and Bucks, another primetime game for my Ravens. We'll head down to Tampa, Monday Night Football. Ed, are you confident in Bake in this showdown?
I have more faith in the Ravens. I think y'all will eat up the clock on them, hold on to the ball a little bit longer than the Bucks will, and win the game. I think you guys on defense will have a tough task with Chris Godwin and Mike
Yeah,
Evans, and apparently this running game for the Bucks. I don't even know if Rashad White will play, but Bucky Irving and this other guy who popped up out of nowhere, in my opinion, Sean Tucker, had a great game last week. So won't be surprised if the Bucks are able to run the ball a little bit. But in the end, I think that defense will bend, but they won't break completely. Uh, you guys might be getting Arthur Millette back. You might know a little bit more about that. I'm not too sure, but I know he was out last week. I don't. Did he play? He was a limited participant in practice this week and today, so that'll be a good addition to have him back out there as well. Definitely needed in that secondary, but I like the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry on the road. Zay Flowers, I think he'll have a little bit more difficulty not going off like he did against the Commanders. So I'll see how that goes. But Mark Andrews was cited last week. I won't be surprised if Mark Andrews and Isaiah likely both do their thing against the Bucks. Of course, I got to be careful with Vita Vea. I am
Yeah,
interested to see how he looks against your O line and if he'll make any impact plays, especially when Derrick Henry's running the ball. But I think in the end, Derrick Henry, y'all do that halfback toss. I saw it last week against us. I was, he's about to go off. And I think y'all toss it to him, and he'll get about 15, 20 yards, and it'll be a deciding factor in the game. So give me the Ravens in this one. I think Lamar and Derrick Henry will both do their thing, and y'all going to keep the ball. I think y'all just going to dominate time of possession and just not leave too much time left for Baker to do anything. And I think y'all gonna frustrate Baker too, in my honest opinion. What about you?
I do 3 touchdowns, give or take. We know our pass defense has been a liability. I think we're either 31st or dead last in the league for sure. We'll have our hands full with him.
Can't
You
be worse than
mentioned,
us. Y'all can't be worse than the Commanders.
I think statistically on paper we are. It may
We
not
having
show up on
I'm
the
sorry, we
field.
having tryouts right now. I'm sorry. Go ahead. We
You
are
good.
though.
It may not show up on the field, but I think statistically we are. And the future Hall of Famer, you mentioned Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I think Chris Godwin will give us a little bit more fits than Mike Evans will in this one. He's had a little bit more production. Chris Godwin has this year. I'm also concerned with the tight end. We always have issues covering the tight end, Cade Otton. He's pretty solid. He's not exactly a top tier, but he definitely makes some plays. And those running backs you mentioned, we're number one against the run, but I think their pass game will open up some holes in their run game against us. Again, long as we don't finish giving up over 60 or 70, we got a pretty damn good shot to win. You mentioned you couple in the fact of what we can do on the ground and then how we can stop the run for sure. But of course, Bake knows us well. Goes all the way back to 2018, his time in Cleveland. He's been out of the division for a couple years now. But hopefully, this is a game that he gets back to turning the ball over. We're going to need some turnovers to help in this one. Offensively, I say it every week, got to stick to the script. Todd Monken, run the ball hot and heavy. Offensive line has slowly started to show signs of improvement. We made some change, move some people around, brought some people in, so we'll see how it goes. Say Flowers, it seems like every pass play to him last week was the same play. So I'm hoping they try to run something different to get him the ball. I mean, it worked out because he got over 100 yards, but I hope that defenses don't start to catch up with that for sure. But this is our third primetime game of the year. So far, we're 1-1, 0-1 on the road. Um, I hope that Justin Tucker doesn't miss a big field goal, and I hope we don't have a bonehead turnover. Sometimes Lamar does that in those road games, road primetime games, and it kind of shoots us in the foot. So um, I am leaning towards Baltimore in this one as well, just because of the run game and how we could stop the run. You could do those two things, you got a pretty good shot to win in this league.
Do you think the streak will continue over 100 yards rushing for the Ravens?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they got a
And he's
pretty good shot.
I don't want to jinx us, but Lamar's pretty damn good against NFC teams too. I don't know if you've seen that record. I don't want to mention
Yeah,
it on air.
23-1, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. I think this will be game of the week. Texans at the Packers, two young up and coming quarterbacks going against each other's. Brandon, how you feeling about this one?
yeah. Two teams I like a lot this year. Houston and Green Bay. I've been definitely solid on Green Bay for the past couple years, but Houston pretty much last year we both picked them, finished pretty good, and they're looking the same this year. 5-1 versus 4-2. I think their offenses are quite similar. So with that, I'd have to lean towards the defense I trust a little bit more, and that's Houston. I know Green Bay has had, um, I think they lead the league in turnovers the last I knew, but I do trust Houston's defense a little bit more. I know they're a bit banged up as well, but Will Anderson and his 5.5 sacks, he's fourth in the league with sacks, and Daniil Hunter who have some success against that Green Bay offensive line. Daniil Hunter is coming out of the NFC North. He used to play there last couple of years, so he does know them as well. Um, Despite the fact they protected Jordan Love pretty good, but this is a pretty hot combo as well. These two coming into there. Green Bay also has a new kicker. We'll see how that factors into this one. Brandon McManus coming into town. I expect a lot of high scoring in this one, a lot of back and forth. Um, Definitely should be a good game. I'm going to go with the Texans in this one on the road. How about you? What do you feel about this one?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me, and definitely a pick 'em. I want to see how the Texans look in another game without Nico Collins because Jair Alexander is going to be back there for the Packers. Last time Jair Alexander played against Stephon Diggs, they kind of had a little heated moment. I remember them coming out the tunnel and they were barking at each other. So I'm sure they both remember that and definitely want to get the win over each other. But I think who's going to be able to run the ball more, probably they'll have more success. I remember the Bills running the ball really well against the Texans. So I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Jacobs does the same thing against the Texans well. But they got Joe Mixon back for the Texans, I mean. So with him in the lineup, I like their chances too. Damian Pierce is also back there. So, man, this is a really tough one for me. For some reason, I'm leaning a little bit more towards Green Bay. I know the Texans are 5-1, but they have been in some really weird games. They almost lost to the Jags. So it's just they're winning, but they're winning in like weird ways. Or I don't know. So it's a toss up to me, but for some reason I'm just leaning slightly more towards the Packers in this one. I think Jordan Love at our offense probably have the Texans defense on a field a little bit longer. If Christian Watson's all right and Jaden Reed all right, I think they're both questionable with ankle injuries. I think they can give some fits to that Texans secondary, and I like Josh Jacobs out the backfield too. So give me the Packers in a field goal win. I think the Packers are actually favored by 3-2. I just think that's just because they're at home. But yeah, I like the Packers and a field goal win in that game.
All right, everyone. Several other games. Week 7 on the calendar. Must see football in London. Patriots and Jaguars. And then we'll switch to the early window games. Seahawks at Falcons, Titans at Bills, Bengals at Browns, Dolphins and Colts will round out the 1 o'clock Eastern games. Heading into the late window, you got Raiders at Rams, Panthers at Commanders, Chiefs at 49ers. That's that Super Bowl rematch. Jets at Steelers on Sunday Night Football, and it'll all end on Monday Night Football. It's a doubleheader. We already talked about one, but we got the Chargers and Cardinals, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific there from the desert. Couple games I'm looking forward to. Chiefs 49ers 2014 was the last time the 49ers beat the Chiefs. Kansas City has won 4 out of the last 5 against them. I'm pretty sure it'll continue in this one as well. The 49ers aren't as good as they have been. Bengals at Browns. If history repeats itself, the Bengals going to have themselves a long day at the dog pound. Joe Burrow has never won a game in Cleveland as a professional football quarterback. Jets at Steelers with the addition of Devontae Adams. Some people think that's going to change the team around and make them Super Bowl contenders. I do not. And then I think the whole quarterback situation for the Steelers, that'll be interesting to see down to the wire who ends up starting. It appears it's going to be uh, Russell Wilson, but we'll see how it goes. And London game, man, will this be Doug Peterson's last game? I mean, if he loses 2 in a row across the pond, I don't see him surviving that one. And how would the rookie quarterback fare for the Patriots as well? And something he's not used to, going out of the country and playing football. But I did see this meme on Facebook earlier. It said this game might be the worst thing we've done to England since the American Revolution. So, I mean, is anybody excited to watch this game? Wake up early and watch this one. We want to know. Let us know if you're excited to watch this one for sure. But which one of these games you'll be keeping an eye on, or games?
Looking at Panthers and Commanders, a lot of people are writing the Panthers off. We're already looking into next week when we go against Caleb Williams, but this feels like a trap game to me, man. Years past, we have always had the tendency to play to the level of competition, and I can see that happen even though we got a new regime with Dan Quinn everybody, Jaden Daniels, but I just don't know. It feels like a trap game to me. I can see Chuba Hubbard doing vicious things to our defense. The same with Deontay Johnson and his rookie Xavier Leggett might go off too. So hopefully the Commanders can come out there with a win, but I just don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers did some things and shocked everybody. I'm looking at that Seahawks Falcons game. I think that's going to be a good matchup. Seahawks need a win in my opinion. Falcons Kirk Cousins kind of had a viral moment at the podium. I think he said, "Go on your trap, take over your trap," referencing the rap lyric down in the ATL. So he's definitely getting ingrained in that culture out there. And you're right, man. If the Jags lose this one, especially to Drake May, a rookie quarterback, definitely could see Doug Peterson getting fired. So I'll definitely be interested to see that game. Then Chiefs at 49ers. I'll be shocked, honestly, if the Chiefs like blow them out. I could see them winning, but if they like blow them out, that'd be a real big shock to me. They're gonna be without Rashee Rice. They're down my guy, the running back. I can't think of his name at the moment. His name escapes me. But they got another game with Kareem Hunt, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I kind of like the 49ers. They need to win more than the Chiefs need to win. So give me the 49ers in that one. And Dolphins Colts. I want to see how your boy Tyler Huntley looks against either Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson. And I think Joe Burrow is going to get his first win. They 2-4 right now. They desperately need a win. Browns are, just I don't know if they're tanking yet, but they traded away Amari Cooper. They might be getting Nick Chubb back, but he'll probably be rusty. Who knows? But yeah, I like the Bengals in that one. Give me the Bengals. And let's get into our guaranteed picks of the week. Brian, I'm gonna let you go first. Who you got for guaranteed pick?
Buffalo over Tennessee, man. The Titans are some ass. More so
Yeah,
Will Levis, but Titans are some ass. I don't know if y'all ever had career day at your elementary school when you was growing up. That's when the school used to bring in people and show kids different types of jobs. You know what you want to be when you grow up. You get to see and hear them talk about their careers and everything. Well, those people in the Buffalo area that have children that want to be a quarterback in the NFL, bring your kids to Highmark Stadium Sunday afternoon so you can see ass whooping. Josh Allen is about to show off, in my opinion, against this Tennessee Titans defense. And you got to give credit to the Bills defense too. They should as well dominate Will Levis as well. It's just not been clicking for the Titans. I'm going with Buffalo over Tennessee. How about you?
yeah, I agree with you. I got the Bills over the Titans too as my guaranteed pick. I kind of want to lean to Chargers over the Cardinals as well, but Monday night games are real tricky for me. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave that one alone. But low key, I got Chargers over the Cardinals as well, but definitely Bills over the Titans as my guaranteed pick of the week. So we both got Bills over Titans for guaranteed pick of the week. All right, before we get out of here, some other sports news. We got a battle of the giants in mixed martial arts. My guy, heavyweight Francis Ngannou, is taking on Renan Ferreira in the heavyweight championship in the PFL. That's the Professional Fighting League, I believe. I don't think it's going to go to decision, folks. I think this one's going to end in brutal fashion. Somebody's going to get knocked out. It's over there in Saudi Arabia. Should be coming on around 2 p.m. Eastern time, so or around 10 a.m. West Coast time. So anybody interested in MMA, check that out. But yeah, that's gonna do it for another episode of the Breaking and Entering podcast. I want to thank everybody who takes the time out to watch the show. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Comment if you want to. Follow us on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter, as well. Y'all have a safe one out there, and we will see you guys and gals next week. Peace.